Does this scene look familiar? Wake up, screen time. Schoolwork, screen time. Even at the dinner table, the glow of a device is ever present. For 8-year-old Leo and his 10-year-old sister Mia, this was their reality. Their day was a constant stream of videos, games, and social media. At first, it just seemed like modern childhood. But soon, my husband Kenji and I started noticing things that worried us. Leo, who used to love his bedtime stories, was now too wired to sleep. He'd toss and turn for hours. In the mornings, he'd rub his eyes constantly, complaining they felt sandy and tired. Mia, our usually bubbly girl, became irritable. The smallest things would set her off, and her patience grew thinner by the day. Her attention span, once sharp enough for complex Lego builds, was now fractured. She'd start a puzzle, get frustrated, and immediately reach for her tablet. The real wake-up call came from their school. Leo's teacher mentioned he was having trouble focusing in class, often zoning out during lessons he used to enjoy. Mia's friends told us she wasn't joining them on the playground anymore, preferring to sit alone and scroll through her phone. Our kids were becoming disconnected, not just from us, but from their own lives. We felt a growing distance at home. Family dinners were silent, punctuated only by the clicks and dings from their devices. We were together, but we weren't connecting. One evening, after another tense dinner where both kids were glued to their screens, Kenji and I had a long talk. We knew something had to change. We were losing our kids to these glowing rectangles. We decided it was time to get professional advice, so we made an appointment with their pediatrician, Dr. Evans. We walked into his office feeling a mix of guilt and desperation, hoping he could offer some clarity. We explained everything: the sleepless nights, the mood swings, the declining focus. Dr. Evans listened patiently, nodding in understanding. He wasn't judgmental. Instead, he explained the science behind what we were seeing. He talked about blue light from screens disrupting the body's natural sleep cycle by suppressing melatonin. This was why Leo couldn't fall asleep. Then he explained the concept of dopamine loops. He described how apps and games are designed to give kids constant, small rewards, creating a cycle of wanting more and more. This was why Mia couldn't put her tablet down and why her attention span for anything less stimulating had shrunk. He even showed us diagrams of how poor posture from hunching over devices could lead to neck and back problems later in life. It was a lot to take in, but it all made perfect sense. For the first time, we understood we weren't just fighting a bad habit. We were up against powerful, carefully designed technology. Dr. Evans reassured us that we weren't alone and that it was possible to reclaim our family life. He emphasized that the goal wasn't to ban technology completely — it's a part of our world, after all — but to find a healthy, sustainable balance. He suggested we create a simple, clear family media plan. He said the key was to make it a team effort, not a punishment. Armed with this new knowledge and a sense of hope, Kenji and I went home ready to make a change. That night, we called a family meeting. No screens allowed. We sat down with Leo and Mia and talked openly. We didn't accuse or blame. We explained what we had learned from Dr. Evans about sleep, focus, and feeling good. We told them we missed spending real time with them. Together, we came up with a new plan. It wasn't complicated. First, we set clear screen time limits: 2 hours on school days, a bit more on weekends, and absolutely no devices an hour before bed. To make it easy to track, we used a simple kitchen timer. When the timer went off, screens went off. No arguments. Next, we declared mealtimes sacred, device-free zones. The dinner table was for food and conversation only. We put a charging basket in the living room, where all phones and tablets had to be placed during meals and overnight. This simple rule was a game changer. Suddenly, we were talking again, sharing stories about our day, laughing at dad jokes. It felt like we were rediscovering each other. To replace screen time, we had to introduce appealing alternatives. We started a new bedtime routine that included reading books together. Leo rediscovered his love for adventure stories, and Mia and I started a chapter book series. We also made a commitment to get outside every single day, even if it was just for a 20-minute walk around the block after dinner. On weekends, we planned bigger adventures, hiking in a nearby park, visiting a local farm, or just having a picnic. We dusted off board games and puzzles that had been sitting in the closet for years. The first week was tough. There were definitely some grumbles and complaints. Leo would ask for just 5 more minutes on his game, and Mia would sigh dramatically about how bored she was. But we held firm, and we did it together. Kenji and I made a pact to model the behavior we wanted to see. We put our own phones away and were more present. Slowly but surely, things began to shift. Within a couple of weeks, Leo was falling asleep faster and waking up more rested. Mia started laughing more, and her explosive moods became less frequent. One afternoon, I saw her building an elaborate castle out of blocks, completely absorbed, for over an hour. Her focus was returning. She even started asking to have friends over to play in the backyard instead of online. The changes weren't just in the kids. Our whole family dynamic transformed. Our home felt calmer, more connected. The silence was replaced with the sounds of chatter, laughter, and the rustling of book pages. We were creating new, shared memories that weren't filtered through a screen. We learned that finding balance wasn't about taking something away, but about adding so much more to our lives: more connection, more nature, more creativity, and more joy. Our journey isn't over, and it's an ongoing effort. But we've learned that with clear boundaries, consistent effort, and a focus on connection, it's entirely possible to build a healthy relationship with technology. Our kids are happier, healthier, and we've never felt closer as a family. If you're feeling overwhelmed by screens in your home, know that you're not alone, and a change for the better is absolutely within your reach. Thanks for watching our story. If this resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content about navigating modern family life. We'd love to hear about your own experiences in the comments below.